Okay, as you can see, we've chopped up our bits of copper pipe, and one thing I've got to really emphasise, which I think is probably more important than anything else, is preparation. So all these joints have to be thoroughly cleaned, and we'll be using a flux and solder and a heat gun as well to join it all together. And what I think is important, which I see a lot of people not doing, is I'll join all this together dry beforehand, make sure it all fits nicely together, and then we'll set it up on a nice flat surface so that as we're joining it, it goes as it should really, and it'll end up as a nice uniformed piece. And one other thing I'll say is, which could be quite important to quite a lot of people, is perhaps at the end of the video what I'll do is I'll show a costing of everything, because that's quite important as well, because well, for obvious reasons. And hopefully in the next section here now we'll get everything soldered together, and we'll have the first stage done then. Okay, I've just started laying out the pipes ready for assembly, and I've cleaned up the ends, and I've just used ordinary wire wool. I think that's definitely the best. I see people using sandpaper and things like that. Wool looks a bit coarse to me, but wire wool seems to get a nice smooth shiny surface. And one thing I've noticed, the joins I'm using, they're slipping on quite nicely, but the uncut ends, the ends I haven't cut when I was putting the pipes, when I was cutting the pipes into three, they struggle to get on, and that's just because there's a burr on them. So you see I'm sort of struggling to get that on there, and the sides I have cut, they seem to slip on much better. So I'm just going to file off where I can feel a bit of a burr on the end of the pipe there. You can probably hear my nail catching on the end there. So I'll have a little go at that, and we'll see how I get on then. And yeah, so preparation is key. Make sure each ends of the pipes are cleaned thoroughly, and we'll just have a go at filing those off. And all I'm going to do is just got an ordinary file here, not you know, fairly smooth, not too coarse, and I'm just going to file off the edges there like that, and just so some of the joints fit on it. It just seems to be the ends I haven't cut, the manufactured ends basically. Okay, right, I've just filed off the ends on the ends. We've got rid of those burrs on the ends of the pipe here. Seeing as I keep going on about emphasising on the importance of getting nice clean joins, I thought I better demonstrate how it should be done. And rather than show you on these sort of fairly new pipes where you won't really see it that well, I've got an old piece of copper pipe here, and perhaps you can see you know, the importance. What we want to do is get all the contamination off, so you get a nice good join which is completely tight, and that's very important, that is, because once all this is done, before it's sort of commissioned or anything, we'll pressure test it to probably, you know, 3 times its working pressure, and we'll make sure that it's all perfectly tight, watertight, airtight, etc. Right here, I'll just see if I can place this in a position where we can show you what I'm doing here. Right, here we go. So I'll just give this a really good, you can see it's quite a dull finish there at the minute, so we'll give it a really good clean. And I'm just using medium grain wire wool. Like I said, wire wool seems to be definitely, in my opinion, the best way of cleaning up pipes. So here we go. And there's no such thing as too clean, so get it as clean as possible. And straight away there you can see what we're after really, so the two surfaces can mate and make a nice clean join then. Just give that a little bit more. There we go. And while we've got everything set up as it is, you've probably noticed I've put the pipes on pieces of 4-inch timbers. They're 4x4 timbers, and I'm not massive on health and safety, but I think what's really important is a bit of common sense. Well, a lot of common sense. So the reason is I'll set it all up on here, and because we're elevated, you know, we're not going to burn anything, you know, as long as we're careful. And if you do burn, well, if you burst into flames, maybe that's just natural selection. Your time was due, I think. But just practice a lot of common sense, you know, make sure there's nothing flammable because you're going to be using a torch. But like I said, I get a bit frustrated with health and safety, but I think you just require some simple common sense, really. So that's where we're at, and I'll show you, I'll assemble it all together, and I'll show you what that looks like. Right, I'm in the process of putting all the pipes together, and I've come across a little hiccup. So this is the first video I've done, but what I get frustrated with is you see a lot of people have these challenges and the video gets cut and you don't really see, you can tell they've struggled with something, and they don't really give you an honest opinion of what's happened. So basically I've been putting all the joins on the ends of the pipes like this, and then I've come across one and it simply won't go on, and it's this one here, and basically again it's the end I haven't cut. It's the sort of the manufactured cut end. I don't know if the video will pick it up at all, but it's actually not round, hence why when I try to put this on here, when I try to put the join on there, it just won't fit. So what I've got is I've just got some adjustable grips here. I'm going to try to get that end back round again, if that makes sense. So here goes. So I can see we need to give it a little squeeze there, and just keep trying it until sort of try to round it off again, and it's still not that great. Right, so what I'm going to have to do, which I haven't really thought out, is find somewhere to put this little camera, and I can show you how I get on with that then. Alright, here we go again. It's a two-hand job, so I'm just going to try to shape that pipe so it'll accept the join again. Just try to get it around and then give it a try. To make sure that will come on and off. In fact, by doing this you can see where the pipe's rubbing a bit on there, so perhaps we'll just give it one final little tiny squeeze. There we go. You can see that fits on great now, so I'll get it all back together and then we'll have another look at it.